Did you know that 76% of web users prefer making purchases in their native language? Think about it. People tend to feel safer and more understood when they can browse in their own language. It's not just about swapping words, it's also about showing the right currencies, adjusting cultural references, and ensuring visitors feel at home on your website. If your SaaS website only offers content in one language, you could be missing out on a huge segment of potential customers. Localizing your site isn't just a nice to have anymore, it's quickly becoming a must. Users can quickly walk away and churn if they're not getting a good experience on your website. And why wouldn't they? There are many other competitors out there and they have many other options for them. So how do you localize your site without a ton of overhead? Here comes Webflow Localization. What is Webflow Localization? Webflow Localization is a native Webflow feature that lets you adapt your site's content for multiple languages or locales directly within Webflow. In other words, Webflow recently made it possible to manage multilingual websites without relying on third-party tools or plugins. You can define multiple locales, for example, English, Spanish, French, or even same language locales like English UK, English US, and so on. You set your primary locale to be the main language, and then you build up from there. How it works in a nutshell is that Webflow duplicates your site's content for each new locale you add, and by default, each secondary locale starts as an exact copy of your primary locale. So from there, you can go into the Webflow designer, you can override the text, images, and even styles, whatever is needed, and it will depend of course on your available plan. Webflow offers built-in machine translation to jumpstart the process. So with a few clicks you can translate your site's entire page text automatically and then refine the translation for accuracy and tone. Depending on the localization plan you have, you can adjust images or other assets on the website differently between two locales, of course. Because localization is integrated into Webflow's platform, everything stays in sync. You don't have to maintain separate projects, so you don't have to worry about content that is blank. Any content that's not manually translated will simply fall back to your default content, so your site always has something to show. Webflow's localization is there to help you cover everything from design, translation to SEO. We saw some very successful use cases in the past few months ever since Webflow localization came to life. We saw a lot of Webflow users localize their website and get a lot of benefit out of it. I'll leave a link to more use cases in the description so you guys can read more about it, and you can see how localization has helped different types of businesses with their international audience. So Webflow's localization feature is considered an add-on. You must have a Webflow plan, you must have a site live on Webflow already to get this feature added to your project. So you can go to webflow.com/localization, just webflow.com/localization. Again, I'll leave all links in the description below. And then you can go to compare plans. Then once you're in compare plans, you can choose from the two plans they have. Of course, the enterprise plan is something customized that you need to contact Webflow for. However, these two plans are sufficient for most use cases. The essential plan is mainly for text-related purposes and very recently style localization. So say you're translating your text from English to Arabic, and then you would want Arabic to be right to left. So you will need some style localization to, let's say, change the arrow to be from right to left, or a button or something like that. And then that's where you would use text translation plus style localization to help you achieve the best experience for right to left and left to right websites. The advanced plan has more stuff like visitor rerouting, asset localization, which is something more advanced and that would use more of your website. And this, of course, will depend on the use case, so you get to choose the plan that's more adequate for you. So once you have a plan on your project, you can go to settings and then localization, and then you can add a new locale here. And then here you can choose the language that you would want to add. So for example, in my case, I want to add English and Spanish. So I can go to Spanish, and you can see here I can choose the display name. I can add an image, say the flag, or I don't know, an icon or something. And I can enable publishing to subdirectory. Of course, this depends on the plan that I have, whether it's essential or the pro plan. And then I will save. And now, as you can see, it's disabled until I publish it, and then it will be enabled. And here you can see the URL as well. And now I have a Spanish locale. I can add more locales once I get the plan, of course. And then here is where I can reroute my visitors. Now everything is locked, which is not that great of an experience from Webflow because I don't have this published. This is not even connected to a custom domain. So having everything locked is pretty annoying. However, once you get the plan, you can easily get those features and work on them. And now that I have my Spanish locale, I can save changes, and then I can see here a toggle that says English Spanish, and I can go between them. So if I go to the Spanish page, so this is my Spanish locale. As you can see, everything is still in English, everything is still as per the original language. And I can go ahead and let's say if I select all the main page, I can right click on it and then translate to Spanish. And now everything gets translated to Spanish, as you can see. And I can go ahead and refine. Let's say I don't like how this was translated, I can refine it to a way that I want, and this will stay different than the English version. So if you can see the English version, Spanish version has the Spanish text. And that's basically it for translation. Now, of course, there are a lot more you can do once you have advanced plans. Like image changes, say this image is in English and I want to change it to something that's in Spanish. I can do that. However, in this plan, I'm not able to do that. It's locked. Yeah, still not there on the essential plan. And that's basically it for localization. If you're enjoying this type of content, make sure to subscribe to this video, give it a thumbs up, and check out the other videos that we're making. We're going to be making a lot of content that's related to Webflow and that relates to how you can improve your Webflow's website and how you can improve your online presence as a Webflow user. See you in the next one.